What's good, everyone? This your main correspondent, Alan Taylor, and I'm back in the broadcast room yet again, always with another one. And yes, indeed, it is another one. And this is where we at. You see the title of the broadcast. And listen, look, Tim WALZ is, I don't know what he's on right now. But, you know, after that huge, crazy defeat and things like that, I guess he has jokes now. I mean, I don't know. But the problem here is that we're dealing with this situation where they've been going to Tesla dealerships and going and vandalizing citizens' cars that, you know, own Teslas and stuff like that. It's crazy out here about this situation. So Tampon Tim got jokes out here while people's cars are being destroyed. This is crazy. So we're going to dive off into this and we're going to see what's going on. Quarters, nickels, and dimes, people.
Saying on my phone, I don't know, some of you know this on the iPhone, they've got that little stock app. I added Tesla to it to give me a little boost during the day. 225 and dropping. So, and if you own one, we're not blaming you. You can take dental floss and pull the Tesla thing off, you know, and take out, just telling you. Saying on my phone, I don't know, some of you.
And I mean, how stupid is that? What is he doing? Listen, look, dude, you lost the election. You need to go somewhere and sit down. You are totally disrespecting people as people's cars are being vandalized out here and things like that. And he's, well, we don't blame you. Obviously, a portion of the public does, because they're vandalizing these people's vehicles. And they have nothing to do with what Elon Musk chooses to do, well, politically or whatever. And then we want to sit around here and think that this is okay. What is America coming to? This is egregious, and this is highly disrespectful to people that work hard to afford these types of things. So let's keep going. And yeah, we got a little press conference here that I'm going to show you guys. And let's see what had to be said about Tampon Tim's wannabe jokes.
Tim Walz, Governor Walz, saying last night he frequently checks Tesla stock, in doing so to, quote, give me a little boost during the day. How should Americans view politicians who take pride in the downfall of an American car company?
I think that's quite sad, but I think Governor Walz unfortunately is living a sad existence after his devastating defeat on November 5th.
Right. Shout out to that. And, you know, it's highly disrespectful that Tim is coming out here, you know, with this type of rhetoric and talking out the side of his neck. And yes, I do like to use that a lot, talking out of the side of your neck, because that's what you do when you're an ignorant person and you're doing ignorant things.
So what the French
or saying ignorant things, basically. No, this is wild right here, man. This dude need to go sit down. So we're going to keep going here, because we got some things to cover here. And yes, we're going to check on, see what's going on here, because people's cars are seriously being vandalized here. Let's go here now.
No, this is what happened to my car, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this. Look at this. Y'all see this? Clown American. I don't know what this is. Is this paint?
My question, how is he a clown American? This is an American car company. You know, wow. Wow.
War.
And you got Americans painting this on here. Truly divided. Treasonous people. Foreign and domestic.
Somebody destroyed my car. Destroyed my car while I was taking her out to the doctor. Destroyed my car. This is no cap. Look at this. All on my windshield, all right in this. Look at this. My car is destroyed.
That's crazy, though. That's crazy. And we're sitting around here thinking that this type of vandalism is okay. You don't want your stuff vandalized, regardless of what the people of the company that you bought the car from, do or whatever. You don't want your car vandalized and things like that. I don't know what's going on over here in America with most of these citizens, but this treasonous shit has to stop. This is ridiculous right here. This man has nothing to do with what Elon Musk wants to do with the time, life, whatever, political views, nothing to do with that. I'm pretty sure that this man worked hard in order to afford this vehicle right here and things like that. And you got ignorant people that are coming out here being bats and trash people that want to destroy property and stuff like that. Man, come on. We can't keep going like this. We can't keep going. So, okay, we're going to go to Fox. And yes, it's another gentleman's car that got destroyed as well. Let's keep going.
Listen to this. A Jewish New York City Cybertruck owner was left speechless as he watched a man vandalize his Tesla with a swastika. Elon was also written above the hate symbol, showcasing yet another protest against the head of Doge. And the owner of that Cybertruck, Avi Ben-Hamo, joins us right now. Avi, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Wow, so they're making it racial now. Well, it's already racial. I showed you the black guy. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, though, what Fox just presented to us about this Jewish gentleman right here and things like that. But we also saw the black gentleman that I just showed you, too. So, yeah, they're putting emphasis on it with the Jewish individual gentleman right here. They actually put a swastika on his shit. Let's keep going. Man, what are these people doing?
So you park your car, your Cybertruck there on a street in Brooklyn. You look out and there's a guy making a swastika and you ran out. And what'd you say? What'd you do?
I didn't know what really going on because I saw the guy messing up with my car. I'm going and then I see this very anti-Semitic swastika on the car and I didn't understand. I approached him and asked him, what are you doing? And he told me very, very disgusting things. I didn't understand what's going on, and he tried to run away.
Was he targeting you? I mean, on your vehicle, there is Hebrew writing, but then again, he's Jewish too. Was he targeting you as a Tesla owner? Was he targeting Elon Musk, who's cooperating with Donald Trump? Who is he taking a shot at?
I could only assume. I can't really know what the guy thinks, but I could only assume that's what he's trying to targeting. The fact that he's trying to target something like this, it's nothing about my car or about me or whatever he's doing, because that's so wrong.
It doesn't matter what the target is. The problem is that this individual decided to come out and vandalize somebody else's stuff.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
That's the problem. That's the issue. No, he decided that he was going to stop, take time out of his day to spray paint somebody else's car with racial slurs and things like that, or whatever he decided he was going to do to prove a point. What point are you proving besides vandalizing somebody's stuff that has nothing to do with what your thought process is about Elon Musk and his involvement with Trump or Doge or whatever? This gentleman right here has no issue, has nothing to do with that. You can't go around vandalizing people's things.
So after you confronted him, you stood in front of his car. He jumped in his Subaru and he was going to make a getaway.
Yeah, I bet he did jump in his Subaru. Fucking coward. He was a coward. And when he got confronted with the owner of the vehicle, I got to get to my car. I wasn't expecting anybody to come out and confront me. Yeah, I bet you wasn't, coward.
He jumped in to his car. You stood in front of him. He couldn't go anywhere. He jumped out of the car. 90 minutes later, he comes back. Apparently, he was arrested on suspicion of aggravated harassment and later released. The DA is not going to charge him with anything. But you say, Avi.
What? Hold on. Hold on here. Hold on here.
But you old fish-eyed fool.
The DA is not going to press charges against vandalism? Because that's what. Are you what? This car with this property of this Jewish gentleman right here was obviously vandalized by what was said here, another Jewish guy. So what are we talking? And I don't want to put the racial issues in it, but it was said on here, so it has to be said. But at the same time, though, too, basically what it is, you have another human being vandalizing somebody else's property and things like that, and the judge is not going to bring charges. Who are these judges that are being appointed to these positions? Because clearly this is vandalism.
He should be charged with a hate crime. Why?
Oh, correct, sir.
That
First,
too, because he put a swastika on not only vandalism, a hate crime too.
First of all, when he ran back to his car, I stand over there and he tried to run me over with his car. So when he saw that I called the police, he literally saw that I'm on the line with the police. He went outside, locked the car, and ran away, and left his car blocking the bike lane and ran away. That's what I saw.
Right.
So this idiot, and see, this is what we're talking about when we're dealing with criminals out here. This is an idiot. This is a buffoon. This is a bat. And I know y'all have seen this on my channel plenty of times when I talk about, you know what I'm saying, these bats and things like that, these dingbats. He's a dingbat. He left his car, locked it there in the bike lane in New York, stuff like that. New York has bike lanes, stuff, you know. He locked it there and then ran off. So you think they can't read your tag, son? I mean, you know.
What the French toast is there to think about?
Your car is obviously registered with the county of New York. So you mean to tell me they can't read your the law enforcement is not going to be able to read your tag to see who the fuck you are? Okay then. This is crazy. But this is what's going on here. So all right, we're going to keep going. And we got more. Oh yeah, we got more. So we're going to go here now and we're going to see, you know what I'm saying, what's going on here, cuz we're about to dive off into this situation here because Pam Bondi's not playing this game. And shout out to Pam Bondi. Here we go.
New this morning, U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi is calling attacks on Tesla property, quote, nothing short of domestic terrorism.
Right.
Tesla CEO Elon.
Protect America from enemies, foreign and domestic. And I keep screaming that throughout my broadcast in these situations and stuff like that, definitely nowadays, because it is true. And we can't seem to grasp this now. Protect America from enemies, foreign and domestic. That's in the Constitution as well.
Elon Musk is serving with the Department of Government Efficiency, I should say, or DOGE, the government's cost cutter. He's hinted the arsons at Tesla dealerships could be linked to left-leaning hatred. The FBI is leading the investigation. 5 suspects have been arrested, and the search for more carries on.
Right, as it should, because this is this is wild, and we have to lock these people up because they're going to just keep going around destroying property, regardless of what. They're going to keep going around destroying property. So let's go here now. Let's see what's going on here. Obviously, we do have a few individuals that have gotten arrested. Let's check this out.
And this evening, there is news amid the growing number of attacks on Tesla vehicles and dealerships, arson and vandalism across the U.S. There are multiple people under arrest tonight, and Attorney General Pam Bondi now calling the attacks domestic terrorism and what Elon Musk says the company is now doing. Here's our chief investigative correspondent, Aaron Katursky, tonight.
Tonight, Elon Musk says his company is stepping up security after a wave of firebombings, shootings, and vandalism targeting Tesla. As part of the enhanced security, Tesla is activating Sentry mode on every car in the dealership. That means security sensors and cameras are on and recording. Watch as Sentry Mode is activated on this Tesla this week. A man seen allegedly keying the car at a parking lot in San Jose was arrested and charged with felony vandalism. Today, Attorney General Pam Bondi said those charged with destroying Tesla property are part of a wave of domestic terrorism. Prosecutors said a suspect arrested for throwing Molotov cocktails at a dealership in Salem, Oregon, was also armed with a high-powered rifle. Prosecutors said another suspect who allegedly tried to set fire to Teslas in Loveland, Colorado, was found with materials to produce fire bombs. And Daniel Clark Pounder, accused of torching a Tesla charging station in South Carolina and spray painting profane messages, allegedly found with a 3-page letter voicing objections to President Trump and Elon Musk's federal layoffs, writing, "We will not stand idly by." The Attorney General insisted today, David, these cases are going to be treated like terrorism. So far, the most serious charge is arson. David?
Aaron Katursky on.
Listen, look, and they should be treated like terrorists. Listen, yes. And you saw these individuals. You see these bats around here. You see them. You see them. This is wild right here. Yes, terrorism, domestic. And to be honest with you, though, like I've said in a previous video and things like that, I think we need to figure out a way around in our Constitution, because at the end of the day, you know, I think these people were natural born citizens of this country. And I think we need to, you know, figure out a way to get these type of individuals out of our country and send them down to El Salvador out there. Yeah, let's send them to El Salvador. You know, where that 6 million got spent, and yeah, let's send them on down there so you know they could get their next bit down there, and you know eat their porridge and things like that. Yeah. You know, said let's go head on and get them up out of here. You know, this is wild. These people want to, you know, vandalize property and stuff like that, and you know, woo, man. Are you kidding me, though? Are you kidding me? This is wild out here. And this is where we at. So, okay. We're about to dive off into the CNN situation here. And they're talking about what Tampon Tim had to say and things like that. And yeah, it's crazy out here, but this is where we at. Quarters, nickels, and dimes.
I'm not talking about the violence. We've already established that. What's the difference between that and Tim Walz saying, I get a kick out of it?
First of all, Tim Walz is a complete moron to me. I have to be very honest. And I'm not surprised why the American people did not choose him. Nothing against the vice president. With that said, Elon Musk employs 80,000+ Americans. Most of them are working class people. The implications of the stock, let's say this were to continue on for another year. So I'm just throwing out a hypothetical. Will the company at some point have to decrease its workplace? Most of those people, I would imagine, probably vote for Democrats, at least some of them. So now you're impacting people who likely share your worldview because you disagree with Elon Musk. Don't buy the car. Just like those guys are saying, but destroying public property, there is no place for that. I agree with Kevin. Lock them up and set an example that this is not what we're going to tolerate in this country.
I mean, obviously, the violence is completely unacceptable, and these people will go to jail. I mean, you can't burn a dealership and not get caught eventually and go to jail. But it is, again, the broader question here about has it crossed the line when people are sort of rooting for the failure of a company?
Well, first, let me say, until yesterday, I think I was one of the only Democrats.
I mean, in my eyes, yes, if we're in this country right here, and this is the case, the company, you know what I'm saying, and I get it, of course, you know, the company is the owner. I understand that. But at the same time, though, too, you know, the vandalizing of property and cars and stuff like that, and she's sitting around here, well, you know, oh yeah, of course, you know, the vandalizing of property and this, but that's the whole point. That's the whole point, is that the vandalizing of this property is because of the political situation. So what do? Okay, you know, lock people up. Okay, so everybody agreed on the panel, low key, that, you know, these people need to be locked up. But what's the problem here? is that people can't control their emotions. You have to control your emotions. You can't sit around here and go vandalizing private property and people's property and things like that because you have some type of, thought process that, this is the owner of this particular name brand has an issue. Okay, then, wow. Is that where we're going?
Elected officials to unambiguously condemn the violence and destruction against Tesla. I don't think you have to be tough on crime to do that. As you know, my grandfather is part of Gandhi's Satyagraha movement, independence movement. He said sabotage is a form of violence. I mean, this is not the best form of protest, and it's not the tradition. The second point is, I'm not going to root against Tesla. There are 20,000 people who work in my district who make a living off this. They're building electric vehicles that ultimately are good for the climate. I have huge, huge problems with what Elon Musk is doing. Have the protest and the conversation and criticism of Musk. Don't take it out on a company where you have workers, where you have engineers, where you have scientists, which are creating wealth for the country, which is helping the climate. And I think Democrats have to be able to offer common sense perspectives, focus on what the problem is with Musk. Don't focus on the wealth of a company.
On the other side.
Right. I definitely agree with what that gentleman just said at the end right there, because you know what I'm saying? That's what's going on. It's these far left people that are out here vandalizing these vehicles, spray painting stuff, burning stuff up. And let's just, just recently though, a Tesla recharging station was burnt up in, I think it was Ohio, something like that, just recently here. Don't, quote me on the exact place, but I'm thinking it's Ohio. But man, come on. We can't allow this. And obviously it's the far left people that are sitting out here wanting to vandalize stuff because they don't agree or they are hurt or whatever emotional issues that these people have, to where they just feel like they could just go out here and do horrible things to people's stuff that they work hard for.
Of things. Here is what the Commerce Secretary, the actual Commerce Secretary, is saying on TV just tonight about a publicly traded stock. Listen.
I think if you want to learn something on this show tonight, buy Tesla. It's unbelievable that this guy's stock is this cheap. It'll never be this cheap again. When people understand the things he's building, the robots he's building, the technology he's building, people are going to be dreaming of today and Jesse Waters and thinking, gosh, I should have bought Elon Musk's stock.
I mean, isn't it a conservative principle that the government shouldn't be picking winners and losers?
Why don't we ask ourselves about the market? It's down 8 to 20%, depending on the sector you look at. Tech is down. Tesla's down. We're having a market correction. It happens every 18 to 20 months. And EVs are under pressure because of lots of competition, including from China.
Yeah.
And so there's a reason. It's not just the fact that it's a political issue around Doge.
Well, then why is Lutnick
down.
saying, why is he saying that if it's not about politics? He seems to think that it is, because he's saying, oh, I'm going to use my platform as the Commerce Secretary to tell people how to buy and sell stocks.
Well, Howard's actually a private sector guy. He's well known.
I get that. He's got a government job now, right?
And there's merit to maybe having somebody that worked on Wall Street for that long in that position. But at the end of the day, when people say, oh, Tesla's down because it's a political problem, I think it's a market issue. And if it has great performance and they deliver cars and they make money, the stock will go back up like every tech stock. What about Boeing? That's even a bigger piece of crap.
Let me ask you, Kevin, because you're a business guy. You talk to all these business folks. Be honest. I mean, you look at Trump's policies, consumer confidence down from the lowest point in 2 years. One day tariffs, the other day not tariffs. One day someone's cutting something. I mean, aren't you hearing honestly that there's uncertainty in the business world? They don't know what the policy is going to be, and that this has
caused, very transparent guy.
This has caused a lot of problems.
Why don't you wait till April 2nd to see all the tariff schedules in every country on earth? And at the end of the day, even the British Prime Minister called over the weekend saying, before we get to April 2nd, let me level out a little bit. Let's make a deal before you expose my tariffs on agriculture.
Yeah, but the markets will
Hey, listen, look, it is what it is at this point. You know what I'm saying? My process with this situation is about, they're destroying American citizens are obviously destroying other American citizens' property. That's just facts.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
It's sad, but it's true. But it is what it is, though. Shout out to all my subscribers. Mad love to y'all. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell to be notified whenever I decide to post things. And like I always say,
and that, my friends, is the bottom line.
That, my friends, is the bottom line.